Hello friends, today we are going to discuss square root calculation for transmitters. Today we will understand this topic in a easy language. So don't skip the video. And today we will also going to discuss why we will take square root at transmitter side only. Friends, DP type transmitters or other transmitters have two output functions. The first one is linear function and the another one is square root function. Now let's see. DP type flow transmitters means differential pressure type flow transmitter. Here D means differential and P means pressure. So it becomes DP type flow transmitter. It is the full form of DP type transmitter. Now friends, in DP type flow transmitter, differential pressure is created by using a flow orifice. Friends, flow orifice is shown here and this is DP type transmitter. Here you can see two ports are shown. Suppose this port is A and this port is B. Friends, pressure will be different at port A and at port B. When there is a pressure difference between port A and port B, when pressure difference will be there, that means one port will be at high pressure and it will be known as HP port, and another port will be at low pressure and it will be known as LP port. H and L is also written on this transmitter. Sometimes HP or LP is written. HP means high pressure and LP means low pressure. I think it is clear to you. Friends, this DP type transmitter will measure the pressure difference between HP port and LP port. Now you can see some fluid is flowing in the pipeline and here orifice plate is shown and DP type transmitter is shown. Now look friends, this orifice plate is inserted in this pipeline up to this part. This is the lower part of orifice, you can say, and this is the upper part of orifice, you can say it. Now the lower part is inserted in this pipeline and upper part will be the outside the pipeline. Now here inlet is written and this inlet will be at HP side and other side will be the LP side. Now you can see how DP is created by using this flow orifice. When this flow orifice is inserted here, it will create a restriction. Means the pressure before this flow orifice will be high and the pressure after this flow orifice will be low. The port before flow orifice will be HP port and the port after flow orifice will be LP port. The DP type transmitter will not connect it like this. We have already seen that one port will be HP port and the another port will be LP port. So HP port connection will be done at this point and LP connection will be at this point. Suppose if it is H and if it is L. So now it is clear to you how flow orifice is inserted and how DP is created and how connections are made. Now friends, in DP type flow transmitter, square root calculation is required. It is very important point to note that when we are using DP type flow transmitter, then only square root calculation is required. Or when we are using differential pressure type transmitter for measuring the flow, then square root calculation is required. And if we are using pressure transmitter and if we are using level transmitter and if we are using temperature transmitter, then linear calculations are required. Now let's discuss the another important point. The flow measured through orifice plate always proportional to the square root of DP across the flow orifice plate. Look friends, when flow orifice is inserted here, a DP is created here and the flow will be directly proportional to the DP created across orifice plate. flow will be proportional to square root of dP, differential pressure. Now suppose here pressure is P1 and here pressure is P2. At HP port pressure will be high and at LP port pressure will be low. So dP will be P1 minus P2. Now suppose if we are denoting flow by Q, then Q will be proportional to square root of P1 minus P2. Now I think it is clear to you. Friends, another important point, the square root for dP based flow can be taken either in the transmitter or in the controller side. Look friends, note it down that square root is taken either transmitter side or controller side. We will not take square root at both sides. Please note it down. Means at transmitter side and at controller side. If we take square root in either transmitter or controller side, the system will correctly calculate the flow throughout the range of the meter. But we prefer to take square root at transmitter side. Now we will discuss why we take square root at transmitter side only. There are some points, so please note down these points. This is the important point friends. At low flows, when the reading of flow is low, then electrical noise in the milliampere signal. At that time, electrical noise will be more in milliampere signal. If square root is taken in the controller, then measurement error will be more. So we prefer to take square root at transmitter side because this reduces the impact of electrical noise. So I think it is clear to you why we take square root at transmitter side, not at controller side. Okay. Now friends, let's look at which 4 to 20 milliampere what will be the output percentage of the transmitter. It is a very simple table. Our range is 4 to 20 milliampere. So we will start from 4 milliampere. And here output will be 0%. Why it is 0%? Because any transmitter range will be, output range will be percentage 0 to 100%. It will show the output between 0% and 100%. So at 4 milliampere it will be 0%. Similarly at 20 milliampere it will be 100%. Now we will calculate at middle ranges. Now come between 4 milliampere and 20 milliampere. It will be 12 milliampere, and at 12 milliampere it will be in between 0% and 100%. What it will be? It will be 50%. Similarly, between 4 milliampere and 12 milliampere, it will be 8 milliampere. Now the percentage output will be 25%. Similarly, between these two, it will be 16 milliampere and the percentage output will be 75%. This table will help a lot to understand the square root calculation. Now friends, we are going to understand logic for taking the square root. And here the first most important point is normalize the signal to 0 to 1. Now let's understand what does it mean. It means that we will convert 4 to 20 milliampere signal to 0 to 1. Now how will we convert this signal to 0 to 1? Look friends, we have discussed at 4 milliampere the output percentage of signal from the transmitter was 0%. So it will be 0. Now we are making 4 to 20 milliampere to 0 to 1. Okay. At 8 milliampere it was 25%. Now we will normalize 25%. To normalize 25%, we will divide 25 by 100. So it will come 0.25. So this is the normalized value at 8 milliampere. Similarly, at 12 milliampere, it was 50%. Now normalize it 50 upon 100 or 50 divided by 100, it will come 0.5. Similarly, at 16 milliampere, it was 75%. To normalize it, we will divide 75 by 100 and it will come 0.75. Now only 20 milliampere is left. At 20 milliampere, it was 100%. When we will divide 100 by 100, it will come 1. Now look friends, 4 to 20 milliampere is normalized to 0 to 1. I think it is clear to you. This is very simple. No difficult calculation is there. Now friends, two main important points are there. The first one is the square root of a number greater than 1 is smaller than that number. Let's take some examples. Suppose we are taking 4 and we are doing its square root and it will come 2. And you know that 2 is smaller than 4. Okay? And if we are taking the square root of 9, it will come 3. And 3 will be smaller than 9. So our statement is verified that the square root of a number greater than 1 is smaller than that number, because 2 is less than 4 and 3 is less than 9. Now another important point is, here is a trick, but the square root of a number from 0 to 1 is larger than that number. If we are taking the square root of 0.25, it will come 0.5. And 0.5 is greater than 0.25. It is clear to you? So friends, the output of square root will be approximately 50%. Now we will discuss it, how it will come. Before this, please note down this point. At 8 milliampere signal, the flow will be 50%. Flow rate will be 50%. How this will come? Let's see. We have seen that at 8 milliampere, the normalized value was 0.25. It is clear to everyone? Now we are taking the square root of 0.25. It will come 0.5. And 0.5 means 50%. If we will convert 0.5 to percentage, it will come 50%. That means at 8 milliampere signal, the square root output will be 50%. Okay friends, it is clear to you. Similarly, at other points you can see, let's suppose we are taking the square root of 0.5, then it will come 0.707, or you can say it will approximately equal to 71%. Okay, 0.5 is nothing but it was the output at 12 milliampere, or you can say at 12 milliampere the normalized value was 0.5. Now we are taking the square root of 0.5. Okay, it will come 0.707. So at 12 milliampere, the square root. So at 12 milliampere, the output of flow transmitter will be 71%, or you can say the flow rate will be 71%, near about 71%. Similarly, at 16 milliampere, you can also calculate. At 16 milliampere, the normalized value was 0.75, and when we will take the square root of 0.75, it will come near about 0.866. So what will be the percentage at 0.866? It will be 86.6%, near about. So at 16 milliampere, the flow rate will be 86%. Okay, I think it is clear to you. Similarly, you can calculate at 20 milliampere also. Friends, the calculations we have made so far, we have converted this in a table so that you can understand it in an easy way. Suppose we are talking about this section only. At 4 milliampere, the output percentage of transmitter was 0%. At 8 milliampere, it was 25%, and similarly at 20 milliampere, it was 100%. Now after that, we normalized the value. If you can recall, you will memorize this. The normalized value were 0, 0.25, 0.5, 0.75 and 1. And when we will take the square root of these normalized values, we will get these values. Okay, at 0.25 it was 0.5, at 0.5 it was 0.707, at 0.75 it was 0.866, and 1 square root is also 1. Now let's discuss more. This was the square root. This was the square root. Now this was the percentage according to square root. At 0.50, the percentage was 50%. At 0.707, the percentage was 70.7%. At 0.866, the percentage was 86.6%, and at 1, the percentage was 100%. And this will be the corresponding square root output. At 0%, the output will be 4 milliampere, and 50% output will be 12 milliampere, and at 70.7%, the output will be 15.3 milliamperes. At 86.6%, the output will be 17.86 milliampere, and at 100%, the output will be 20 milliampere. Friends, now we will discuss the formula to calculate square root output from linear output, and the formula used for square root output is given by output of square root is equals to 4 plus 4 under square root linear output minus 4. It is very simple formula. Now we will calculate at different milliampere values. We will first start to calculate from 4 milliampere. If linear output is 4 milliampere, what will be the square root output? Let's calculate. So we will put the values in this formula and we will get the answer. 4 plus 4 under square root milliampere output is 4 and minus 4. 4 minus 4 becomes 0. So this whole term will become 0. So the output will be 4 milliampere. I think it is clear to you. Now we will discuss at 8 milliampere. If linear output is 8 milliampere, what will be the output of square root? Let's discuss. Put it in the formula. 4 plus 4 under square root 8 minus 4. Everyone knows 8 minus 4 is 4. So what will be the answer? 4 plus 4 and square root of 4 is 2. So now it will come 12 milliamperes. Now I think it is clear to you. Now let's discuss at 16 milliampere. If the linear output is 16 milliampere, what will be the square root output? It will 4 plus 4 under square root 16 minus 4. So when you will calculate, you will get the answer. Similarly, at 20 milliampere you can calculate. Let's see, at 20 milliampere it will come 4 plus 4 is under square root 20 minus 4. You all know 20 minus 4 is 16 and square root of 16 will be 4. So 4 plus 4 multiply by 4 and it will come 20. I think it is clear to you. Now friends, suppose the transmitter range is 0 to 10,000 mmWc and we are using a DP type transmitter for flow calculation, and we have made a table for flow corresponding to its linear output. According to this flow 0 to 10,000 mmWc, this will be the linear output. Now what will be the square root output? Because we are using square root calculation, square root output will be at 4 milliampere it will be 4, at 2500 mmWc it will be 12, at 5000 mmWc the square root output will be 15.31, at 7500 mmWc the square root output will be 17.86, and at 10,000 mmWc the square root output will be 20 milliamperes. So friends, it is very simple, but it is a common mistake. Lots of people do a very common mistake. They take output according to the linear function. But please remember, the output will be taken according to the square root function if we are using DP type transmitter for flow calculation. Transmitter for flow calculation. So friends, please do not measure 8 milliamperes at 2500 mmWc. If you are measuring the flow and range is this and you are measuring the flow using DP type transmitter, the output will be 12 milliampere, not 8 milliampere at this point. Similarly, at this point, please do not measure 12 milliampere. Please measure 15.31 milliamperes because we are using square root calculation. We are using square root output. You can also understand it like this. At 4 milliampere, the value will be same. At 20 milliampere, the value will be same. At 4 milliampere, both values are same. At 20 milliamperes, both values are same. But between 4 milliampere and 20 milliampere, the values are different. They are not same when we are talking about linear output and square root output. Please keep this in mind. Friends, now we have made a table for linear outputs. Here 4 to 20 milliamperes linear outputs is shown and corresponding square root outputs are shown. At 4 milliampere it will be 4 milliampere. Here it is milliampere. Here it is also milliampere. At 5 milliampere it will be 8 milliampere. When the linear output is 6 milliampere, the square root output will be 9.66 milliampere. At 8 milliampere linear output, the square root output will be 12 milliampere. Similarly, at 12 milliampere linear output, square root output will be 15.31 milliampere. At 15 milliampere linear output, it will be 17.27 milliampere. Similarly, up to 20, you can see the square root outputs. Apart than square root output, the output percentage of transmitter signal is also shown. Friends, you must have seen that the output percentage is also shown at this screen. You can see what is the output percentage here. So if square root output is suppose 15.31 milliampere, then 70.6% will show here, and if it is 17.86 milliampere, then 86.6% will show here. So friends, this was our video. Thanks for watching the video.